ever knew cactus could be so pretty. Look at the color, guys. Boom. Right here. And look at that. It's all playing off each other. Big old Brahia Clara. And look, the mommy. It's the mommy of the garden. This is Carolyn, my friend Carolyn. There she is. There she is. So I helped Carolyn plant some palm trees out front here. And these are the coconut queens. They're gonna fill in. It's gonna be an awful, awful long time before they conflict with the wires above. At that point, we'll have to crane them out of here and plant some younger ones. But these are filling in nicely. They have a low canopy kind of hiding the road a little bit. Okay, so Carolyn's a landscape designer. We're gonna start doing jobs together.
Yeah, Canopy Design Studios.
Because she's so awesome. And I'm gonna use this video to convince everyone that you should hire both of us to do this kind of thing. Because everybody wants me to design, and I used to do that, but I'm kind of too busy to do that because I'm too busy rolling trees around for people like Carolyn who need them. This is actually Carolyn's house. Let's take a tour. Come on.
All right.
This is going to be the, Carolyn doesn't have any kids. No. It just looks like it. She tries to make it look like she has a bunch of kids, but those are really just props. Anyway,
excuse the mess.
I'll let Karen lead a little bit until I interrupt her and tell her how awesome things are and why.
This is our door from the bathroom that is used as the pool bathroom.
Oh, nice.
We're going to have a great jungle pathway along these pavers.
So we're going to talk more about the pavers. Walk along a little further so I can see the whole line unimpeded. And here is a beautiful, beautiful solution to a narrow garden. And the problem with these narrow gardens is they're so linear. And so how do you break up the linear forcefulness of your eye going all the way to the end? And that is to get any kind of lateral variation you possibly can. And in this case, Carolyn has created these beautiful little planter pockets and an interesting sort of serpentining design. You can see the serpentining effect of the line coming through here. And she did this when she only had about 7 foot of width and probably 35 feet of length, which is, there's not a lot you can do here, but this is a really good solution. I can't wait to see this finished up. This is going to be cool. You got your little pygmy palm, perfectly scaled pygmy palm in here. It's not going to get so wet. It's going to block the pathway, gives you some lushness. We're going to plant these two trees. These two trees that Carolyn got, they are probably the rarest trees in Marin. They are a cross between a queen palm and a sister species from Brazil called Cyagrus flexiosa. Look that up. It's a pretty incredible tree. It's a multi-trunking plant, almost like almost the scale of a pygmy palm, and it has a very intricate, smaller, lacy foliage than a regular queen palm. So these two mixed together, it lost the ability to multi-trunk, but it retained this beautiful fine textured look. So you're gonna have these really beautiful fine texture up in the sky. Are you excited or what?
Yeah, let's do this.
So anyway, once these trees are gone, they're gonna be gone for good. I should let Carolyn talk more. Talk more, Carolyn.
What should I talk about?
Talk about all the cool stuff you're doing.
We're doing lots of cool stuff.
I know, take us there.
Oh man. Well,
Wait, you forgot about the shower.
I know, where am I starting? Okay, this is going to be our jungle garden.
You don't have to demonstrate it for us. We'll just imagine.
This is our great outdoor shower, which is going to have this beautiful screen wall.
Oh, yeah.
On both sides.
And is this material?
Yeah, that's material.
Oh, that's fun.
So I pulled that one out for you, and this is all going to be pretty densely planted, kind of cascading over the pavers.
You got to weave your way through it.
Succulents and ground covers and stones. And then that goes to the backyard.
Okay.
Which we have a pool in progress here.
Is this a pool or is this a cactus planter?
It's a cactus planter.
It looks like a really big cactus planter to me. Are those going to be aquatic cactus or?
No? They don't like water too much.
That's true. I never heard of such a thing.
But these walls are going to be blue, and we have a lot of the blue plants in the landscape, which are coming in, which you'll start to see.
So we're obviously going to do an after shot, and how are we going to end the after shot?
In the pool.
But how are we going to get there?
I'm going to jump off the house.
I'm going to jump off the house. I promise, Carolyn, I'm jumping off that. I'm going to jump off that wall. You need to have like a cantilevering big like basalt column over there and then jump off into the deep end. I mean, it's only 6 feet deep. But as long as you dive right. I always say, do as I say, not as I do.
Uh-huh.
So I probably wouldn't jump off the roof.
Shallow dive down,
You got to figure it out?
but
Okay.
I'm scared of heights, so
The
I won't
planing.
be on the roof.
All right, so we have this beautiful Pleiso cactus here. It's got the unbelievably blue coloration. It's going to look fantastic next to the wall. And what's interesting right now is the wall is a very similar color as the spines of this guy. So what was your design effect there, or did I steal all your thunder?
You stole a lot of it, but they're all going to play off each other. You know, it pulls in the fence. It's going to take some of the blues from the wall.
What's the name of that grass?
This is a blue zinger.
Blue
Carex
zinger.
festuca, blue zinger.
Blue zinger.
And we're going to soften it up on the front with a bunch of that, which likes a little bit more water.
All
Plant
right.
these cacti high and throw some phormiums in there. That'll kind of do
Ooh.
a little bit of pink, but very dull browns and kind of...
You might be overwhelming people's senses. Have you worried about that? They might have like a freak out overload when they look at your garden.
No, it's going to be so great.
Okay.
I can't wait.
And we've got our Yucca rostrata, such a wonderful plant. Can never go wrong with this one. And it's in full bloom. Have you gotten into the fragrance of this yet?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it
Every
great?
time I water.
Oh, it's light, but it's definitely there. And then I helped Carolyn get all these king palms up here. There's a whole wall of king palms. There's a garden we're trying to get some privacy from. And I guess I'll just go up and do the tour of the hot tub.
Go right on.
So this is the hot tub time machine up here. And is it really a time machine?
Yes. It'll take
Is
you
it-
back 20 years of your life.
It looks like it's from the 70s. It's like the wooden style from the old school style. So you got this upper deck, which is cool because it's beautiful open space in the back. I say we, I kind of take on ownership of these gardens whenever I'm involved. Carolyn has lucky enough to have this backdrop of these spring-fed canary palms off in the distance. Those are totally naturalizing, totally wild, and what a spectacular backdrop for a tropical garden. So she obviously used a translucent fence, which is really nice. Got to keep the deer out. And what's really cool is the deck makes flat space where there was none before, and it also partially conceals this somewhat hideous drainage slot that's absolutely necessary to prevent the whole hill from collapsing into the house through saturated ground. So,
It will be covered up.
oh really?
Yeah.
How are you going to cover the rest of it?
We're just going to build a little bridge over it, a couple stairs up,
Okay.
and just keep going.
So that's going to be like a little pathway, a stepped pathway, people, going all the way to the
Nice,
top.
a little another play space for my make-believe children.
Yeah,
Those plants are.
right. And you've got
some
this
shade under the tree.
wonderful old redwood here, which is really fantastic. And is there a tree missing, Carolyn?
Oh yeah, we took a tree out.
Whose recommendation was that?
That was yours. And I agreed with it. It was a great recommendation.
It's gone. I'm stoked that you took that. There was some big old nasty tree up there that was competing with this wonderful redwood.
It was
And
a
so-
Theodore cedar.
Theodore cedar, right? So we've got another Brahia Clara we put up here. When I say we, I actually didn't do that one. That was done by others. But then we have another king palm triple over there. It's pretty fabulous. And a couple more Brahia Claras that are screening off the neighbor over there. And I swear, I think if you ran down this way and just launched right off there, you could dive and just barely make it over that wall there. There's going to be all kinds of different ways to do this. It's just,
a water slide.
it's when it barely works. That's when it's exciting, you know?
Uh-huh.
All right, so what else do you want to tell us about this wonderful? Let's go over there. Should we go over there?
Sure, you want to go over there?
Should we take a shortcut or the long cut?
We can take it. Let's do what do you want to do?
Let's do the shortcut. Let's get adventurous.
We're getting adventurous.
Let's do it.
Don't fall down the hill.
No. Okay, so there's all kinds of different hangout areas and level areas here.
Some trees that
This
are
is-
coming in. This whole hillside's going to be planted. This is an arbor structure I fabricated with some angled metal that we painted and welded together to create these frames.
I love that.
And they're going to be woven willow panels throughout there. So it's going to look really natural and have kind of speckled light coming through. We're going to have a wood railing on top of that. It's covered for stucco right now, and that's another Ipe deck. And it'll have some benches And it will be blue next time you come, and beautiful.
You need to somehow be able to extend those benches out with pillows and make it like a day bed so you can just like, sleep out there.
There is going to be pillows.
Yeah.
Do you want to go down there?
Let's do it.
All right,
Yeah.
don't fall down the hill. I don't really have shoes on for this.
Uh,
I'm not going to do it right now.
You're not going to do it? I'll do it. I'll do it. Woo, 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 woo. It's all about keeping your momentum. Woo! All right. So now I'm down here. Let's check it out. And again, the adventurous people, it might be kind of slippery launching off of this. But I think if that's kind of a, I wouldn't recommend this one.
No.
There's not enough clearance now.
No.
You got to do it just right.
Yeah.
Stay. If you come here, the party here, don't jump off this part. Here. Maybe off up here. That'll give you enough clearance with. But look at these beautiful planters here. You've got this wonderful line. What are you putting in the planters, Carolyn? I'll talk really loud.
To be determined.
To be determined.
I think blue glows.
Okay.
Something else.
But one of the more difficult things in the landscape to figure out is multi-levels. How do you deal with your grade? And in this case, the hill stepped up, so Carolyn made these, stepped planters and everything that got you up to this deck level. You got your retaining walls. They're as high as they need to be. There's going to be an outdoor kitchen right here. The outdoor kitchen obviously captures the grade, and so the retaining walls are doubling as usable spaces to create these spaces. They're not just retaining walls to retain the slope. They have multi-purpose. And
this is going to be a garden path with some beautiful edible fruit trees up top.
Okay.
We're going to have a cut flower garden right behind the barbecue right here.
Okay.
And we're going to have our veggie bed right out the kitchen window where all that supply is right now.
And tell me about the I-beams that are vertical set in concrete up here. Is that going to be some kind of pathway?
Yeah, so we're going to put redwood in between those and build them up with a nice redwood cap. And then we're going to do either a pebble or decomposed granite pathway that goes from the shade structure over and comes down right here out our kitchen door.
Oh, yeah, you can have a
So
staircase
this
right
is
here.
a staircase up. And this goes over so you can get all your fruits, apples, figs, lemons, all that good stuff.
That's elaborate. I've never seen anybody use I-beams like that. That's pretty.
Yeah.
How did you come up with that idea?
It just looks kind of good, right?
It looks great. Yeah, I love the finish. So the cool thing about the I-beams is, unlike wood in the ground, even if you put pressure treated in the ground, it will rot. It will rot within 20 years. This whole wall will slowly fall over, and eventually it'll just like break completely. If you have these I-beams set deep enough in the ground with concrete, it's pretty much forever.
You can replace the wood and leave the beams.
Yeah, you could just literally pull the wood out, dig the dirt back a little bit, put new wood, slide the wood in, and then you're done. So that way, my whole thing is, my longevity of projects shortens every year I'm alive.
Oh,
you know why?
You're around to see it.
Right. When I was like 20, I'm like, my whole idea is like, I'm going to build this once that'll last at least my entire lifetime, right? So when you're 20, you're going to be like, okay, it's going to last 100 years, right?
Well, I still build like that.
Yeah.
I will keep it going. You know?
I figure when I'm like 119 years old, I'm going to build it so it only lasts like a year.
Well, then your legacy won't continue. You got to build it to last.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm all about building it forever, never go back. If it'd be cool if the whole house was gone and like there are all these artifacts in the ground and they excavate and they're like, wow, someone really built this. I mean, there was a house here, but it
couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
These old acres aren't built very great. They're lovely houses, but
I like this.
Oh yeah.
I like the
little Maui bird.
Got a little movement on them there. Okay, so we're definitely going to check in the end here. So this project, it's taking you about 3 weeks so far or so?
Oh yeah.
3 weeks?
Just 3 weeks did this whole thing.
That's great.
No, expect to be in construction for like 8 months.
Yeah, this is super
Ready
elaborate.
to be done.
This kind of thing. If you're thinking about doing a garden like this, you just got to take a year.
Yeah.
It's going to take a year.
Lots of details.
Don't expect. I used to have the home and garden show. You remember? I don't know if you ever saw it, but we would film like for like a maximum of 2 weeks. And we'd have multiple jobs going at once. They could run the camera guys around. They'd like move me around like a neurotic crazy man. And somehow I had to get like 3 jobs done in 2 weeks.
My goodness.
Like, and they'd expect like substantial stuff, substantial projects. And I'm like, you guys don't understand.
It doesn't work like that.
Go talk to Carolyn.
Yeah.
Find out how long this really takes. And I was able to create miracles, but nothing like this, obviously. Well, we did a couple jobs like this that filmed over several months, but yeah, this is fantastic. thanks for the tour, and I can't wait to come back. And let's just finish on something beautiful like this wonderful king palm leaf.